So I had this movie recommended to me by one of my subscribers, Mario Rodriguez. I just wanted to say thank you. It's funny because it came out in 2018 and I was wondering why I'd never heard of this fucking movie before. And then it dawned on me, it premiered on Sony Crackle. Like, I don't even know what that is. What the fuck is Sony Crackle? Hey guys, welcome to Happywax TV. So yeah, what the fuck is Sony Crackle? I guess I could Google it and find out, but I've never even heard of that before, which is probably the reason why I've never heard of this movie before, called Uprising. Came out in June of 2018. I mean, you can get it on other platforms now, so it's not too hard to find, but goddamn, I missed this one, and this is a great fucking movie. So I just wanted to say again, thank you, Mario Rodriguez, for kind of getting me onto this movie. It's kind of in the same vein as like Office-style horror movies like Blood-Sucking Bastards, The Belko Experiment, and most definitely a movie that came out in 2017 called Mayhem, and that movie was fucking amazing. But this one's called Uprising. A couple things. It is directed by, I'm going to screw his name up, by Lynn Oding, I think his name is. Now this guy, I think this is his directorial debut. But if you go on his IMDb, this guy is like stuntman fucking extraordinaire. Like, he's not only coordinating fights, but he's also like in the stunts. And he's been in a fucking ton of movies. Like, just to name a few: Equalizer 2, Spider-Man Homecoming, The Fate of the Furious, Logan, The Mechanic Resurrection, Batman vs. Superman. Like, just, I mean, go on this guy's IMDb, man, and you'll be there for a half an hour reading just all the movies this guy's been in, either as a stunt coordinator or, you know, as a stunt man. Like, holy fuck. So when I read that, I thought, wow, like, that's crazy. You know what I mean? And it shows in this movie, because I'm going to tell you something. This movie is fucking nuts. Like, I'll give some spoilers as I go along, but man, oh man, like, you can tell this guy is into his kind of stunt coordinating, because some of the fucking fight scenes in this movie are fucking killer, man. So anyways, let's get to the base. I mean, the synopsis is a basic one. It's basically, where the fuck is it here so I can read it? An employee at a weapons factory discovers that an energy drink turns his co-workers into zombies. So I don't know if they're really zombies, but okay. So hang on. So it stars Brenton Thwaites, Jane Levy, Karen Sony, who you'll recognize. He's been in a bunch of movies. Well, actually, all these people have. Zachary Levi, and then Greg Henry are kind of the main stars. But Brenton Levy plays Desmond, and he's the main star of the movie. So basically, the first act starts off. You know, he works in this weapons, I guess, factory, but he's up in the office, right? So I don't know what he does. It's something like the financing or something like that. I can't remember, but he hates his job. He goes there and he spends most of the time working on this video game that he's trying to put out. And then Murad, played by Karen Sony, is his, I guess, his friend, like one of his best friends. And then Samantha, played by Jane Levy, is actually the girl that got him the job, and she's always giving him shit because he's always late, or he doesn't go to meetings, or whatever. So, but she works in a different office too. So, but I mean, the premise of this movie is simple, but it fucking works. I mean, like, basically, they work in this weapons factory, okay, and then they're, just like the synopsis says, there's a tainted energy drink that the staff start to drink. I think it's called Zolt. So, and as soon as I heard that, it reminded me, because when I was a kid, back when I was like 8, 9, 10 years old, I don't even know if it's still around, but there was an energy pop called, or a high sugar pop called Jolt Cola, and we used to drink that as kids, and holy fuck, man, like, Monster's got nothing on that stuff, let me tell you. I don't even know if they make it anymore, but yeah, back in the day. So when they said it was Zolt Cola, it kind of, you know, brought back a memory there. But anyways, so the staff drink this stuff. It's tainted, and because it's in this weapons factory, and they're working on it. So the first test batch kind of goes bad, but they dish it out to the the employees, because there's like a disgruntled one of the lab techs there is disgruntled, so he makes sure all the staff gets it, and then it's just mayhem. I mean, that's after the first act. That is the first act, really, and the second act is just mayhem. Basically, it's Desmond and Murad go and try and get to Samantha in her office, okay, but she's taken a little bit of the Zolt Cola, or the Zolt, so she's like in and out of this rage that comes on to people. So they have to deal with her. But I mean, the second act is basically them trying to get to Greg Henry, who plays Franklin Gant, who's the owner of this weapons factory. And he is up on the upper floor in the penthouse, obviously, and he's all barricaded in. So the second act of this movie is them going from like floor to floor to floor, dealing with these hordes of it. I guess they are kind of zombie-ish, but they're more of like 28 Days Later type of. It's more like a rage virus than it is like a zombie virus. Like, you can kill these people, you know, by like bashing them in the head, or just like you would a normal person. So they don't have the zombie, you have to shoot them in the brain sort of deal. You can, but I mean, I'm telling you, man, I'll tell you, the budget for this movie was $2.5 million, and they used every fucking penny they could, and it was used wisely, because there is tons and tons and tons of blood and gore. And I will say that they used a lot of practical, which I fucking loved. Now, they did use, and it kind of, I mean, I can be forgiving of this just because there's so much fucking blood and guts, and like, it's crazy, man. People getting folded in half and heads cut off, and it's just nuts. But there is a lot of CGI kind of blood splatter, and I fucking hate it because it's so obvious. But I get it, you know what I mean? Like, this is a pretty big set that they were working on, and I can imagine, and there's tons of people in this movie too, like for office workers. Like, it's not one of these movies where you have like 5 or 6 people that get killed and that's it. Like, there's literally like hundreds of people in this movie, and they fucking, like, the fight scenes in the office are fucking crazy. So it's well done. It's well done. I've read a few reviews, and some people are comparing it to Mayhem and saying, you know, Mayhem's the better movie. And you know what? It may very well be. I mean, it just depends on what you like, but it falls into that office-style kind of horror movie. And the Belko experiment, too, which was crazy as well. So I guess it just comes down to what you like. This movie worked for me. I really did like it. But very quickly, back to the second act, is basically them just trying to get to the penthouse so they can, well, they want to get, you know, an antidote so they can save Samantha. So when they get there, okay, they get in. I don't want to tell you what happens. But then the third act is them trying to get back downstairs, because the owner, Franklin Gant, tells them that there is an antidote, but it's down in the laboratory where this fucking Zolt Cola first got released. So they have to go all the fucking way back down through this building, through the same shit that they just came up to get this fucking antidote so they can try and save her. It's crazy. So, you know what I mean? But it's nonstop. It really is. Like, the pacing in this movie is fantastic. There really aren't any. There might be the first act might drag just a little tiny bit, but once the action starts, once they start sucking back that Zolt Cola, man, it's fucking crazy, and it's over the top, and it's gory, and it's just a good fun movie. And there's lots of like one-liners and jokes, and I mean, most of them fucking work. Like, I was laughing out loud a few times. So I mean, this movie had it all for me. I really did enjoy it. I highly recommend it. Again, I don't know if you guys have heard of this one or not, so if you haven't, let me know. But it was Sony Crackle. Like, what the fuck is Sony Crackle? I don't know if I've even heard of that before. Is that platform even still around? So I don't know. Let me know. But you can find it anywhere now on video on demand. It's been out for over a year. So, but yeah, this was a surprise to me. I'd never heard of this fucking movie. If I was going to give it a rating, I'd probably give it a really strong 7.5. You know what I mean? Like, it really is a good fucking movie. So, yeah, I don't know, guys. Let me know what you think of this one. If you've seen it, if you liked it. I like this style of movie too. I like the claustrophobia of it when they're just kind of trapped in an office building. The same as the Record movie, you know, when they're inside the apartment. I don't know, there's just something about those movies where you have these, you know, like where you're just trapped inside of a building and you can't really get out. and you've just got mayhem going on around you. It's just, I don't know. These movies really work for me. I really liked it. So anyways, let me know what you think. The movie is called Office Uprising. Very quickly too, I think I'm at 1,800 subscribers now, which is fucking amazing. It'd be really great if we hit 2,000 by Christmas. Just very quickly, I don't make any money off this channel. I don't monetize anything, but what I do is every year, I did this last year, I think we're around 750, 800 subscribers, is there's a toy drive here in London at Christmas time. And what I did last year is I just matched sub for $1. So I gave a check, I think it was around, I don't know, 800 and 850, whatever my sub count was last year. So it'd be nice if we got to around 2,000 marked by Christmas, so I could donate a check from Happywax TV to the Children's Toy Drive here in London for 2,000 bucks. That would be awesome. So, I mean, just hit the subscribe button. Again, I don't make any money. I don't monetize this channel. I'm not here to make money. I'm just here to fucking rant and rave about horror movies with you guys. So it would be fantastic. And if you could share these videos too, it just kind of broadens the horizon. More people can see it. Yeah, just to get up to that 2,000 mark. I'd really like to cut a check for $2,000 for the toy drive. But whatever my sub count is, that's what I'm going to do this year. So anyways, guys, okay, Office Uprising. I think this movie's fucking great. If you haven't seen it, find it and watch it. You will fucking love it. And get back to me and let me know what you think. And as always, guys, until next time, stay scared.